Welcome back to Season 5 of the FVC, Round 6 this season, held by the Austrian track of the Red Bull Ring. 6 times this track's held a previous race. Last time held in the 2022 Summer Series, Round 2 was also the opener of Season 4. 102 races for FA Pixels, he retakes the lead yet again for all-time race starts. 6 points away for Haas for breaking 600 total too. However, neither of the Haas cars are currently in the lobby. Number of cars already coming out. See the Red Bull of Invictus Nug, our current Red Bull reserve, and now getting a full-time drive after the shock departure of Azzy, retiring from not only the FVC but from F1 competitive racing as a whole. Also in the background we see the Ferrari of JL Broughton. Last time out at this track, Broughton was the race winner. Previous pole sitter Jim Bobster 08 isn't here, unfortunately. Lap record currently sits at a 105.037. Chance of rain for qualifying, 6% as it's being reported. It was unlikely to be after the rain washed out race that was the French Grand Prix, but you never know, something could always happen. Hopefully this time though, the drier race makes for some more interesting overtakes, interesting racing. We always hope to see something good and clean. Coming around now, set the first lap to set the pace. Set the 3 yellow flags for one of the Alfa Romeos, not sure which one that'll be, but coming over the line now, start the first flying lap of the Austrian Grand Prix session. Snog holding up pretty well for the first time out. Still yet to see what his pace is like compared to the rest of the field, as we have not seen anything about him yet. Sector 3 yellow flags, one of the Alfa Romeos that went round. Gonna be getting moving before Nog gets there, as well as the Ferrari coming up in the background closing in. First lap done, first lap set, so 106.940, but brought in immediately with a 105.310. And the English as well, 105.228, immediately bring the bar up to the low 105s for the first laps of qualifying. Broughton off track, letting one of the Williams, that will be Sam Baker, I think, or it might be English actually. Going round. Eldorado up next, 106.512. Not quite sure who's in the second Mercedes right now. Two and 3 yellow for the Red Bull coming around. Nog slowing down, letting the other cars go by. Dorado setting purple first sector. Wasn't looking when he set through the second sector. Possibly going for a second push lap. Coming back over the line. DRS wide open. Still at a 106. Okay, just found out the other Mercedes currently being driven by Jim Bobster, so issuing a correction to myself. Our previous season's pole sitter is here, by the looks of it, unless I am mistaken again, which is entirely possible. You see Scarlett very far off the track, looking for the tarmac escape road, trying to stay out of the gravel, away from getting beached. Changes up at the top. The Alfa Romeo of Mr. M. Rose goes into 4th. Bly after getting very twitchy coming around the final few corners. Jumping on board with Bly now actually, as he goes around immediately. First the commentator, we go on board to try and look at his lap, but does not. And he blocking the pit lane immediately, disqualification. That is extremely unfortunate. AI is going to be blocking another couple of cars. Going to be the Red Bull and one of the Williams. That's a very unfortunate place to have a spin and an accident, because the game immediately just gets rid of you. Broughton doesn't improve on another flying lap, stays second with a 105.310. Looking close to Gay, indeed it does, Apex. Got a number of drivers very close together. Obviously we're going to be hoping for a good close race, but anything can happen. Broughton going for another lap, sets a purple first sector. Apex obviously cheering on Aston Martin in chat. Currently sat in 8th and 11th with a 105.7 and a 106.8 respectively. Apparently lap 1 safety car guaranteed at this track according to Apex. Is anyone worse to take, it's going to be his. 2-time champion in the FVC. Currently the only 2-time champion on the grid as well. Go on heading to pit lane, aborting that lap. Possibly was getting back to the pits anyway regardless. Just use FVC shenanigans, you never know, anything could happen. I'm just bringing out all the statistics. Calling a Nog Masterclass tonight, says XF Alfie. We never know, down 11th currently, but it could improve anything. Heading on board now, Simon Baker 47, one of the current contenders for the championship. Very rocky first few rounds, but has improved a lot. The results going much in Williams' favour. Currently sat in 3rd, would like to go up to 2nd or even 1st. Front row locker for Williams would be very well nice at this track. Currently 7 retires from the session. AlphaTauri going out in the middle sector. Jumping over, let's see what happened. Broken front wing, broken front right. Possibly hit against one of the right-hand side walls coming through the middle sector. Number goes jumping to pit lane to get new tyres. Like with the Simon Baker though. Accident cleared away before he gets there, coming around the final corners. But stick it in nicely, keeping it good and fast, keep it on the track, very nearly loses it coming around the second last corner, around the final corner. Abortus the lap, doesn't go faster. I forget the buttons for another time this season. Mr. M. Rose, the Alfa Romeo, 105.188, takes provisional pole position for Alfa Romeo. Gaps at the front are closing. Williams slow middle sector. Now it's the Red Bull slow middle sector, however Harrison now coming over the line. Still yet to settle lap. First flying lap though. From 13th up to 8th position with a 105.729. Puts 4 drivers into the 105.7s. As he spins around as I look down again. That always happens this season. I look away and something happens. Very late dive into pit lane now from Tree Boy. Jay Broughton though, 105-106 on to provisional pole for Ferrari. Bit of a rocky season so far, but hopefully looking up now. English was provisional pole, now dropped down to third, second the most recent lap, doesn't move up any. Might be heading for another flying lap though, just gonna have to wait and see. Number of cars going to be coming out for their final flying laps. 5 minutes 40 seconds remaining. Drivers saying that they've got a few more tenths they can find. Pole time looking to be in the 104s if they deliver on what they're saying then. Yellow's popping up for the slow Williams of OJ English coming in on the in lap. Dorado's up next to start a flying lap by the looks of things. Not Dorado, sorry, Jim Bobster. My apologies. New name in the Mercedes team for this race. Going to be a little difficult to get used to it, however. We'll be all the welcome to see how they do. Bobster coming in the final two corners, running very wide, keeping it pinned. Nicely around the final corner of turn 10, heading over the lines, goes up into 5th with a 105.567. Midfield's going to be looking very tight and packed this week. Rose now, 104.956 for Alfa Romeo. Provisional pole for him. Oh, pardon me. Tree Boy running very far off the track in both turn 9 and 10. 105.9 to beat, heads over the line, heads to a 105.2 into third for Ferrari. Ferrari coming looking the best on the grid so far, second and third position provisionally. There we go, I can promise I can speak. However, there's still 3 minutes to go. All drivers going to be going out for their final runs very shortly. Find anybody to watch. Harrison M and McLaren spinning out of turn 3. Yellow sector 2 gets going in. Thankfully nobody around to cause any problems to both him or others. Broughton doesn't improve in this lap. Apex, if you're still around, can you please delete that chat message? Go. Final corner for Broughton again. 105.1 to beat. Sets provisional pole 104.910 for Ferrari. Up next is the Mercedes of Dorado. Doesn't seem to have improved any. Second Ferrari of Prix didn't go up either, but they could be starting their final flying laps now. 40 seconds left. Some cars still on their outlap, anything can still happen. Ones to watch very much could be the Aston Martin team. Qualifying's over. 3 minutes remaining for the drivers to finish their laps. Coming over the line, first up, going to be El Dorado 2009. From 9th, stays 9th, 105.659 for him. Up next is going to be the Ferrari of Treeboy. However, I think he's possibly going to be aborting. Never mind, stays out. Rounds turn 10, doesn't look to be going particularly fast. Will not be improving from a 105.219. Next car, come over the line, going to be Scarlet 42, very wide at turn 9, running wide ever so slightly at turn 10. Keeps it on the track though, sets provisional pole 104.837 for the Aston Martin. Jim Bobster up next, 105 to beat, stays 105. Estrogen Impulse, the next car coming over the line, stays 11th to 105.705. Alfa Romeo of M. Rose over the line, stays in 3rd. One final car left. Pixels cutting turn 9 or turn 10, running wide, invalidated lap, so will stay 12th. But a shock pole position for Aston Martin right at the end of qualifying. Running down our post-qualifying session, Scarlet 42 for the Aston Martin team takes pole at a 104.836. Up after that is JL Broughton in the Ferrari, a 104.910. In the, or 104.910, I can't speak. Less than a tenth separates himself and Paul. Mr. M. Rose in 3rd in the Alfa Romeo team, so it's a 104.9, and that is our final of the 104s. Treeboy 53, OJ English and Sam Baker, 4th, 5th, and 6th. 7th goes to Harrison M, 8th Jim Bobster, 9th to Curly 7, and El Dorado 2009 goes 10th. 11th to S&G Impulse, 12th to Pixels, 13th to Invisnug, 14th goes to Bly Yapper. Very, very close at the end of qualifying. Welcome back to round 6 of FVC Season 5. Austrian Grand Prix qualifying has just concluded. We're on to the race session now. 36 laps around the 10-turn Red Bull Ring. Scarlet 42 takes pole for the Aston Martin team. JL Broughton, FVC2 champion, is in 2nd place with Mr. M. Rose for the Alfa Romeo team in 3rd. Treeboy 53 takes 4th position. The Williams duo of OJ English and Simon Baker take a 3rd row lockout. Harrison M, 29.06, the sole McLaren this week, takes 7th position, and Jim Bobster, our previous year's pole sitter, or previous season, my bad, starts from 8th position. Curly 7 in 9th, and El Dorado 2009 in 10. Estrogen Impulse takes 11th position, and 102 races now started for FV Pixels is in 12th. Invictus Nug, our Red Bull reserve and now full-time driver after the shock retirement of Azzy from the Red Bull team, takes 13th on the grid, and Blyapper, after an unfortunate disqualification in qualifying, starts from 14th position. 14 cars for 36 laps. Midfield is completely packed, and at the front, Scarlett and Broughton, as well as Rose, all within 1.5 tenths of each other. Lap record as it stands for this track is a 1:05.037. We've seen the cars going faster than that in qualifying, but we don't know if it'll happen during the race. These cars obviously laden down with much more fuel. Going to be a bit harder to get around the corners initially. 6 races previous hosted for this track. Last season's winner, or last race winner here at the 2022 Summer Series Round 2 was JL Broughton, who is starting on 2nd. Going to be an interesting battle for the lead, hopefully. We always love a good bit of close racing in this league. Blyapper of 51.69 disconnects from the session for the Alfa Romeo, as Pixels and Nug are disqualified, starting 12th and 13th. Let's hope they already got their tyres up to temperature. Lap record hasn't been beaten since Season 3. Although it's looking unlikely today, all those cars there are going to be looking for the win. Reforming the grid now. Scarlett takes pole position, the Ferrari alongside, Emrose 3rd and Trueboy 4th. While the AlphaTauri's in the background getting a bit offline, Scarlett is getting disqualified, doesn't matter, already there. 2, 3, 4, the 5 red lights are on. It's lights out and away we go for the Austrian Grand Prix. Scarlett's going to get a very good start, but Emrose gets the better of the both of them on the front row. Already up into first, going to have the inside line for the first corner. So we see Emrose loses out to Scarlett, but a whole bunch of Gaggle cars are behind, going off track. Everyone's keeping it going in the straight direction though. Ferrari getting jumped easily. Emrose going to have a look down the inside into turn 3. It's done nicely. Scarlett, they're getting a better drive out of the corner, heading towards turn 4. Scarlett getting a much better drive than Emrose did. Pixels fell down to 14th place, Blyapper up to 11th. However, I haven't seen if he rejoined. I'm unsure if he is still in AI or if he's actually driving now. Predicted pit stop strategy, looking at either a 1 or a 2 stop. That's probably not going to happen though. This is the F1 game. Tyre wear is not the same as in real life. Front 2 cars already gaining over almost a second worth of a gap. Ferrari's running wide in the background. The first lap, though, is going to go for Scarlett. 1:12.076 sets the benchmark. Emrose going to have another look down to the inside. Gets ahead by the first corner. Going to have the inside line. It's into the side of Scarlett. And Emrose is round. Huge amount of cars caught. Jim Bobster 08 out. Other cars involved. Both the Mercedes are gone. Safety car deployed. We're a lap late on the safety car, as per Apex's predictions, but that is a lot of damage. I'd be surprised if that Alfa Romeo doesn't have some form of rear damage on it. That's going to be interestingly played out before the stewards room, I bet. Definitely going to be an inquiry into that. Emrose and Scarlett coming together at the first corner on the second lap. 2 cars already DNF'd. Bunch more of damage, I presume. Three cars like to go to pit lane. They're going to be the Williams duo of English and Simon Baker. Also looks like Curly 7 heads into pit lane, possibly for damage. Unlucky Dorado. Just how things fall. Looking at it, Rhodes did do the correct procedure, had the spin, stayed where he was. I guess it was just unsighted. We'll definitely need to take a look back at that post-race, however for now, not much more we can do. One car remaining to catch up. Most likely they're going to be getting green flag at the end of lap 4. Safety car in this lap, we get the confirmation from race control. My control disconnects ever so slightly for a second. Restart, it's going to be Scarlet 42 taking the lead. Jill Broughton and Treeboy second and third in the Ferraris, hoping to get a good restart. Fourth goes to Harrison Emma. Fifth is Impulse and sixth is Noggin. Scarlet looks to be going out of the final corner possibly. Back up to racing speed, no passing until the line. Harrison M having a battle with Estrogen in the background. Harrison did have the inside line, but Impulse was side by side. Impulse is round in the background. Unfortunate for Impulse. Broughton having a look against Scarlet going around the outside for turn 3. Not enough grip to make it happen. Broughton running off track. Impulse thankfully doesn't have anyone running to the side of him or collect anyone during the spin. Broughton's desperate for the hunt for the win. Been looking for a podium all this season, doesn't have one yet. Harrison M though, charging up to third position ahead of the other Ferrari of Treeboy. Also up into fifth is FV Pixels. Took 3 yellow, one of the Williams just went round. Scarlet now setting a 108.224 for the fastest lap. OJ English having a spin in the final sector. Seems to have gotten going without contact with Impulse. Impulse will get by on the straight though. Broughton having looked on the inside for turn 3, has the better line this time. Scarlet gets more grip on the medium comfort tire. Scarlet does run off the track though. Harrison M now is right there next to them. Broughton takes the lead of the race. Lap 6, Scarlet now going to be charging up into the next corner. Trying to get the slipstream, doesn't have enough to make it work. These two got to be careful. The dark horse of the McLaren could be catching them any second if they come together. Impulse has another spin between sector 2 and 3. DRS enabled. Broughton's going to have to defend for his life up into turn 2 and 3. Both the Aston Martin and the McLaren getting DRS. Scarlett is not close enough to the Ferrari. Gonna have a look though into turn 4, takes the outside line. We've seen how this can end in real life, takes to the grass to get past. Doesn't quite have enough to make it work, backs out for the corner. Wise move in my opinion. Inside for the next, and then going to be outside for the long double left-handers. So it's going to be right on the back of that Ferrari coming into the next few corners. Not close enough. Has a very ambitious look down to the inside, not close enough to make it work though. Coming in turn 10. Just got to keep it steady. Get a better run. Scarlett gets a better run. Gonna have the DRS assistance as well. Coming down into turn 1. Scarlett on the inside, Broughton on the outside. Too wide through turn 1. They make it. Broughton has to take over the rumble strip. They're still too wide coming up to turn 3. Neither of the front two cars have DRS open. Harrison, they're going to be 3 wide into turn 3. Scarlett backs out. Harrison M and the McLaren takes into the lead. DRS might be broken on one of the cars, possibly the Ferrari. Doesn't have it open behind the McLaren. Broughton running slightly offline. Scarlett has to look down to the inside. Take to the outside, possibly onto the grass into the next corner. Scarlett is round! Spinning out of the podium contention down into 7th. Gets running again, might lose a couple more positions over the pack that is there. However, that gives all the more breathing room to the McLaren of Harrison M, who's now leading by over a second over the Ferrari. Mr. Emrose having a look down to the inside of Treeboy into turn 3. Brakes late, brakes well, gets the move done, up into 3rd for the Alfa Romeo. Treeboy though, better straight line speed than the Ferrari, gets the move done again for turn 4. We see Broughton and Harrison M up in front, going too wide. Harrison's going to have the inside line for the next few corners. And Broughton is round from 2nd place, thankfully keeps it off the road and out of the way of everybody. It's even more of a breathing room now for Harrison M. Alfa Romeo is currently running 3rd and 4th. Rose hoping for a better launch off the corner, doesn't quite get it, but the DRS assistance into turn 1 is going to be helping him all the way. Treeboy 53 into left, doesn't have enough speed to defend from the charging Alpha. Emrose stays 2nd after the 2nd straight. DRS open for the Ferrari, takes the outside line for turn 4. Head for the corner, has to concede the inside line though. Also behind in 4th now is Pixels, past the 2nd Alfa Romeo of Bloy Apper. Curly 7 spins it round in sector 2. Shocking performance so far for the AlphaTauri team. Only cars left running out of the points. I'm thinking that battle there for 2nd is well and truly over for a little while now. Jumping back though. The Red Bull of Invictus Nog and the Williams duo Could be battling out for 7th. Nog swerving in the straight. Simon just breezes past up into turn 3. Also behind, OJ English having a look around the outside. Doesn't quite have enough grip to make it work. Another helping of DRS though down the straight. Going to keep him in the rear wing of that Red Bull. Has a lot more straight line speed as well. Going to be elected for the outside line into turn 4. Nog from a mile back diving in. Curly 7 retires from the session, heading into pit lane by the looks of it. Red Bull came from a mile back to make that move. Somehow made it stick. Red Bull definitely has a lot more cornering speed. Pulling ahead through the middle sector. The Williams car has a lot more straight line speed. In first, for whatever reason the AlphaTauri has came back out of the pits. Turbo 53 might be having a look against Emrose into turn 3, doesn't, thinks twice a bit, backs out. Broughton retires! And a full safety car out. I think Broughton hit the AlphaTauri. Opportune time for Impulse to head into pit lane for another tyre change. That is very unfortunate for the previous race winner. But it does confirm we're going to have all cars finish in the points and a new driver on the top step of the podium. Unsurprising, we see top 3 into pit lane. Will Aston Martin follow suit? Pixels doesn't. Scarlet does. Out behind. Nog comes in. Simon Baker stays out. OJ in. FV Pixels is now leading the race in Season 5. Under safety car, but leading nonetheless. Pixels in P1, indeed he is, however pit cycles are going to come into it. I would be hyping it up, 102 race starts, currently leading for the first time in Season 5. Pit cycle's going to be coming along though, he is disadvantaged because of them. Pixels never disadvantage these Pixels. Well, in that case, we see Pixels leading by a second now, lap 14 of 36. Pixels absolutely zooming away from the rest of the grid. I can't keep this up under safety car. It's just not the same. And those we don't see him get a drive through, that is very true. One car left to catch up, Alfa Romeo of Blyapper. Hopefully if he gets caught up soon we should be able to go green at the end of this lap, however I have a feeling it is ever so slightly unlikely. Safety car in this lap. Pixels will lead the field on lap 15 of the race. Pixels from Simon Baker, Harrison M, Esper M Rose, Trueboy 53, Scarlet 42, Victor Snug, OJ English, Estrogen Impulse, and Blyap of 5169. That is our grid as it stands. Pixel's going to be taking the restart round the final corner. Boots out of turn 10. Seems to have got the advantage over Simon Baker. Green flag again for round 6. Pixel's already pulling out a bit of a gap. 9-10s, Harrison M having a look against Simon Baker, going to be on the inside of turn 3. Very close, this round Rose down the inside of him, they're going to be 3 wide to turn 3. Simon Baker has to take avoiding action off the track. Harrison M's round into the wall, breaks the front wheel, and that is another car out of the race. All cars past it. Thankfully, Pixels now running ahead with a 1.6 second gap. Troy 53 in second, getting hunted down by the second Aston Martin. OJ English is right beside the AlphaTauri of Impulse. And the final corner, Pixels led a lap in Season 5. Battle behind for 4th. Mr. M. Rose has spun around into the outside wall. Down into 9th. It all fell apart for the Alfa Romeo team. Up into 1st and 2nd though, Aston Martin. Scott's going to be taking the lead of the race. Pixels concedes the position. Victor Snug having a look down the inside of Impulse. Backs out of it just the last second. Thankfully doesn't cause any more problems than we've already had so far. For second place, Treeboy 53 has gotten past Pixels. Pixels diving into pit lane. DRS enabled, lap 17 to 36. We're halfway through the race. 5 cars gone, 9 cars remain. Impulse with DRS wide open, going to be having a look down the outside of turn 3. Trying to get it ahead just a bit more. The Williams doesn't have it though. Side by side. Somehow keeps a line on the outside. Gets ahead, going to be in front for turn 4 with a big gap. Nog in the background, battle for P5 with OJ English and the Williams. OJ's going to have the inside line heading around the middle sector. Red Bull just having to concede for the outside. Or not. Blyapper in the background spinning round in the middle sector. Nearly said the wrong car there. Red Bull looking a lot tighter through the corners. The Williams though is just going to rocket away on the straights. Cars up at the front getting a bit more spaced out. Simon's going to be having a look at Pixels. Starting to quiet down now. However, the Red Bull of Nog going to be having a look against OJ English. Even with DRS open, that Williams is still just too fast in a straight line. However, we see the massive amounts of cornering speed difference there through turn 1. Getting alongside the Williams just doesn't have the straight line power to make it work. Has looked down into turn 3, down to the inside. Will have the better cornering, but does not have the exit grip. That's not the camera angle we're looking for, game. Again, that's not the camera angle we're looking for. For second place now, Triple 53. And Impulse battling it out. Impulse up into second temporarily. Ferrari's going to have the outside line for the middle sector. Back around, not much seems to be happening any further. I've reached a bit of a quiet point in the race. Actually, looking to the background, FE Pixel Simon Baker. Pixels had to concede the position to the Williams. Straight line speed of that car, clearly just too much for the Aston Martin driver. Looking like the AlphaTauri is sitting pretty comfortably in second. Closest battle behind is between the Williams and Red Bull of OJ English and Invictus Nog. However, due to the layout of this track, looks like it's just going to be a bit of an accordion between these two cars. Williams running away in the straights, but through the corners, that Red Bull's going to catch right back up. Mr. Emrose, 3-second time penalty and multiple warnings, most likely for track limits. Has been involved in a couple of incidents, so I wouldn't be surprised if a few of those warnings were from contact. If anything, or anyone has anything they want to bring up during this bit of a lull moment in the race, then feel free to send it through to the Twitch chat. I'll get it read out and I'll get everything answered. If you want to jump on board with anybody, please also let me know. We'll jump over to them. Currently watching the closest battle, or around there. do have that battle for second, however Impulse just staying consistently ahead, about 5 cents of the Ferrari. Always put Scarlet in the championship. I'm not entirely sure myself. I'd need to bring up the points document, which I do not have access to. It will cause the pause menu to come up on screen. Apex, if you could do me a favour and put the standings as you know them into the commentary channel, I'll have a look. Or I could try and have a look on the app. Guarantee this is when something happens. Always does when I look away. See, FVC Season 5, I have an advert immediately on the app. Give me a moment. Skip video. Austria. But that's not what I want to find. I want these standings. So, Scarlet, as it stands, we're getting another 26 points from 32, so that'll put her up to 58 points. Which will, no matter what, she will not take the lead of the championship this round. Even if the maximum amount of points haul and OJ English scoring none, she will be 1 point off. However, it will put her up into second as things stand. Azzy Iredale, D765, Brady Pollock, Adorote, Apex, all not scoring points. Next driver to get points would be Impulse, who gets less and is on 36. Indeed, so as it stands, Scarlet up to second, and Impulse up to third in the championship. However, that dictates everything finishes as it is. There is no guarantee that it does. We're only on lap 25 of 36. Soon heading on to lap 26 of 36. M. Rose, not the 3-second time penalty for a total of 6 seconds. Now multiple warnings, most likely the track limits entirely this time. If I'm not mistaken as well, Scarlet has yet to win a race. FE Pixels, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, most like track limits. Invictus Knock has a look down the inside of turn 3 against the Williams of OJ English. DRS Open just doesn't have the same straight line speed. As we might have an argument starting out in the Season 5 channel. Apex, if you can, please go over and quell that. Argument Season 5 channel in the Discord, please go and fix that between M-Rose and Harrison M. Playing Stardew, I do not care. It's your league. M-Rose into pit lane. What happened? M-Rose and Harrison M are going at each other for making it 3 wide into turn 3. M-Rose going to be at the back of the pack now after that pit cycle. Meaning the only cars close to each other now are 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th. Having a look at it, Aston Martin, as it stands, will take the lead of the Constructors' Championship. Trueboy 53 having a look on the outside of turn 4. Thank you for that, Apex, I see it. Trueboy starting to get on the fridge of the AlphaTauri. Nog into pit lane, takes him out of the battle with the Williams. Rose now, 106.827, fastest lap for the Alfa Romeo team. Victor Snow getting past FE Pixels, very far off the road there. Might be a battle to come back to depending on how the battle for second progresses. Sector 2 yellow flag for the Aston Martin of Pixels going round. Side by side for True Boy 53 and SD Impulse. True Boy finally moves up into second by the looks of it. I don't know why I'm saying by the looks of it. True Boy does move up into second. Sorry, I'm just not really paying much attention. This race has got a bit quiet, but it might just be about to get interesting again. Battle for second continues. DRS wide open for Impulse. Look to the outside around turn 4. Gets the grip nicely, keeps it stuck. Gonna have the advantage into the next couple of corners. Swapping positions again. Impulse up into second, True Boy third. Superior grip of the medium compound tyres, clearly proving just to be enough for Impulse to get back up into position. Starting to lull down a little bit more. This battle is going to be coming up to the back marker of Pixels shortly though. I think I've got the two dots mixed up, but it is entirely possible they do get up there at some point. Position change in the background, Victor Snug and M Rose swapping positions again. DRS wide open for M Rose, going to be able to look to the left hand side, outside line for turn 4. Coming together, M Rose off track, they're banging wheels. That's a very, very harsh move from both of the drivers. Rose has come over his own fire, however that could cause some things to go against Nug if that gets inquired about. Did bang wheels, possibly push them off track. The Alfa Romeo is not going to be very happy about that. Up near the front though, True Boy 53 back in front of Impulse. Impulse running wide after turn 3. True as well getting that second helping of DRS, just helping to reinforce that position a bit. However, it's through this section that we did see the AlphaTauri a couple of laps ago catch back up and even pass the Ferrari. Nogna retires from the session in Sector 1, and that is a full safety car deployed again, lap 32 of 36. Opportune time for Scarlett, perfect for her coming into pit lane immediately for a new compound of tyres. So Trueboy 53 staying out, but Impulse into pit lane as well. At Apex, you're going to need back in Season 5 channel again by the looks of things. OJ English stays out of pit lane, Blyupper heading in. Speeding in pit lane, 5-second penalty for Blyupper as well. Simon Baker into pit lane as well. Mr. M. Rose is staying out by the looks of things. Pixels is quite a far away, so we'll see shortly. Treeboy 53 into the lead of the race, lap 33-36, but Scarlett on the soft compound tyres. Started with 14, we're down to 8, lap 34-36. 2 cars remaining to get caught up. Treeboy 53 leads from Scarlett 42 and OJ English. Estrogen Impulse in 4th, Mr. Ambrose 5th, Blyupper 51-69 in 6th, Simon Baker in 7th, and FV Pixels in 8th position. Lots of cars went to pit lane for new soft compound tyres. Quite a few of them also stayed out. Treeboy 53 might be feeling the disadvantage of the hard compound tyre. Going to have very little grip compared to the charging Aston Martin behind. At Apex, you have full authority to mute people as you see fit. I can see the argument going on in the Discord. Safety car in this lap, going green, end of lap 34. 2 laps of green flag racing remain in round 6. Is it going to be Ferrari? Will it be Aston Martin? Or can it be another team? Williams, AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo, they're all looking. Trueboy 53 boots out of the final corner. Scarlett, predicting the move, seems to have gotten off the line well. To turn 1. Impulse side by side with English. Camera can't see what's going on. Looks like the AlphaTauri might be into the 3rd position, but Scarlett charging now. Gonna have the inside line for turn 3. No DRS this lap. Makes the late move on the brakes down the inside. Will take the lead, lap 35. Gets sideways together, get caught up together. Scarlett and Treeboy off the track into 7th and 8th. That puts Impulse into the lead. AlphaTauri on the soft compound tyre has the better tyre compound over M. Rose. Rose also has the worst penalties as well. English is the only one that could possibly win this race against Impulse now. Impulse leading on lap 36. Simon Baker gets past OJ English for 4th position. Alfa Romeo's charging down for the lead of the race, but it won't matter, they both have the penalties. Behind though, battle again. Scarlett, you can look down the inside corner. Turn 3 gets ahead of English up to 5th position. One more car to go to secure 2nd place. Williams ahead though, it's going to be very tough to catch up and get past. Both on soft comfort tyres, both very fast drivers. Scarlett takes a look to the inside. Doesn't make it stick through the middle sector. Final 2 corners to go. Makes a very ambitious look to the inside. Doesn't quite get it done. Doesn't seem like she's going to have it. Impulse will win for AlphaTauri. 2nd goes to Sam Baker in the Williams team. Scarlett in 3rd. Blyappa seals 4th position. Started off strong, got a bit lulled, but ended very, very differently to how we expected. Driver of the day goes to Estrogen Impulse in-game. Voting on the app will be open soon. Six races in, 6 unique winners in Season 5. SOG and Impulse takes the checkered flag to win the Austrian Grand Prix. The streak of no repeat winners takes another round. It's Impulse and AlphaTauri getting their moment in the sun in Season 5. Post-race look, Estrogen Impulse wins for the AlphaTauri team, also getting the fastest lap at 106.698. 26-point haul for the AlphaTauri team. Simon Baker for Williams comes in 2nd place, Scarlett 42 into 3rd for Aston Martin. 4th goes to Blyappa for the Alfa Romeo team, 3-second penalty, just about keeping in that position. OJ English in 5th with Mr. Amrose after another couple of penalties, going into 6th. Trueboy 53 goes into 7th position, FE Pixels. Where did... Oh. Trueboy 53 in 7th position, FE Pixels in 8th. DNFs are Invictus Nog, Harrison M, JL Broughton, Curly 7, Eldorado and Jim Bobster.